Yo, it's your boy Mark Goodman, aka the voice box of the block. I'm back with another one and another one, man. This is crazy. I'm having a wonderful, wonderful weekend, man. But I had to always stop and give y'all a wonderful podcast. Because this is what I do. This is my life. I'm a podcast guy. And in the heat of the moment, I just have topics and topics. And I want to go get somebody that I truly got a lot of love for. I do a lot of interviews, but this is just merely a great discussion we need to have. And I said, man, I gotta go get somebody, man. I gotta find somebody that I want to talk about. Father's Day coming up around the corner. I don't know if you're gonna get this before Father's Day, but you want to need to listen to this because fatherhood is very important. And so we got to discuss it from a male's perspective. This is the Blue Table. A lot of times people don't forget that because I do a lot of interviews. But this is a podcast to where it's healthy to talk about these things, man. And I want to give a shout out to my brother Chris, Mr. Chris Miller, for spending time with me, man. And I can go back, but I am gonna go back because I want the viewers to kind of let them know how we met. But I got a story to tell too about us. But we met at work. We always talk about football, different things, and you was always a positive brother. And when it comes to fatherhood, or when it comes to being a father, obviously you're a little older than me. He's not my father, but when it comes to fatherhood, there's guidance involved. Guidance, that's very important. And one day, this young man pulled me to the side and he said, "Man, I want you to listen to somebody." He sent me a YouTube of a motivational speaker. He said, "I just need you to listen. I just need you to just take 10 minutes out your day. Just listen to this, man. I promise you, man, this will change your life, man. Brother, please listen to this." And we always talked about sports and different things, and he was always a positive brother. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna listen to it. But that day I didn't listen to it. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't listen to it. But it was still in my message. So I listened to it, and that changed my life forever. And it was your guidance who helped me. And when it comes to being a fatherhood, it's got to be in you, man. It's not on you. And you took the time out and treated me like a son. You took the time out and said, "Come here, brother. I need you to listen to this." And it was up to me. It was up to me whether I received the message or not. But you gave me a split second to make that decision because you were trying to guide me in the right direction. And I want to appreciate it because you one of the reasons why the podcast is going. You one of the reasons why the vending machine business is going. And I just wanted to tell you this live. You the man because you gave me guidance. And you inspired me to look deeper, because when I saw that motivational speaker, man, I've been locked in ever since. If it wasn't for you who told me to just sit down, give me 10 minutes. Boy, 10 minutes. You're amazing what 10 minutes to do to a black man. 10 minutes.
Word to word.
Just 10 minutes. Just give yourself 10 minutes to think and just look at something. Yeah. And you made me sit down for 10 minutes, and I appreciate that, man.
Yes,
Chris,
sir.
What's going on, brother? That's how we met. I'm
good, man.
I'm trying to talk to you, but I ain't seen you so long, man. What's going on?
I know, right? Man, it's always an honor, man, and a pleasure, man, when we get on here and we get to chop it up, man. Like I said, it's always been great conversation. Anytime me and you get together, whether it's about sports, life, whatever, it's always good conversation, man. Yeah. And that was one of the things that drew me to you. And I'm like, man, this dude's solid. And, and I'm the type of person I don't meet strangers.
Right.
And so when I get to talking and automatically I know whether or not this is a good dude.
Thank
you know what I'm saying? So when I first met you and I seen you walking up and down the aisle, I'm like, man, I like that brother. He's a solid dude.
I appreciate it. I think you come full circle, man, because with doing this podcast, man, you reach out to positive people, man, and you bring them on, and you just want good, healthy conversation, and it's June 10th, It's come around the corner, Father's Day come around the corner, man, and I want to talk about fatherhood. Man. I really did, and I wanted to reach out to you, and I just wanted to touch bases on it with you, and not only your experiences, but the stereotype and I'm gonna tell you, for one, I do think that in the Black community, the fathers are staying home more. But there's still a stigma. There's still a nasty taste in our mouths when you look through social media and you find things that like it's so bad for the Black community as far as the Black man. You know what I mean? So that's what I want to dive into, man. Just fatherhood, appreciating it. Some of those desires that Black men have need to be about raising your kids, and I think that's overlooked sometimes.
Yes, it is. Fatherhood is something that I take near and dear to my heart. I see my dad, like I said, my mom and dad didn't get married, but he was present in my life.
Right.
And we had an awesome relationship before he passed away.
Right.
And the things I learned, and I had good examples what a father looks like through my uncles as well. Right. And those guys were very inspirational into my life as far as what I want to do when I become and get a family of my own. And I said always, I patternized after my relationship with my dad and what I seen my uncles do in their marriages. And it's a lot of stuff behind fatherhood that we don't get a lot of credit for.
Absolutely.
And to be honest with you, us as men, we want to be respected and appreciated. If we get those two things, we can set the world on fire.
Right.
And there are stereotypes out there when it comes to especially the Black male figures in the home and saying that we're not there and we're absent and we're not in the home. Right. But that's not true.
Right.
That's definitely not true. But we're all the fathers at some point in our life, and we have to remember that. When we out here and you talking to a young man, just like you just mentioned not too long ago, just give 10 minutes to it.
Yes.
That's doing things that a father should do.
Right.
Because you don't know who's out here without a father.
Right. Right.
I can even remember playing sports and going to school. And to be honest with you, a lot of times, for a lot of kids back in those days, the only father that they had was their head coach.
Yeah.
And you got to understand your position at that time and what it means to be a father.
Right.
And I may go home to chaos, but then when I come back and I go to school and I come to practice, you're the only father that I get to see on a daily basis.
Right.
So even in that position, we got to understand where we at and what somebody's giving us.
Right.
So if I'm your head coach, I got to raise you up to be a man. I got to help coach you into life that is more than sports, that is more than rapping, it's more than all these other things that we see on social media.
Right.
Now I'm teaching you how to be a man. I'm teaching you how to love respectfully. I'm teaching you how to handle yourself, shake hands, look me eye to eye, those type of things.
And that's a huge thing, because those are the guidance that these young Black boys need, because again, when it comes to fatherhood, it sometimes extends outside your own kids. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say it has to be in you, because as it's your presence. When you walk in your room, not only do your kids cling to you, but the kids that's around you cling to you, because it's an aura around you. Because again, that's what it's about. And when it comes to the Black community, the easiest way to tear the community down is to take the Black man out the home.
Yes, sir.
I felt like that was probably the smartest thing they ever done. If you talk about disrupting the Black community. As soon as you take the guidance away from the home,
right,
it's gonna crumble. And I feel like that's why it's so important to continue to stay be an umbrella for your family, because it's a lot of stress. I think being a father, being a dad, and I ain't gonna lie, I think a lot of people just run from it.
Oh yeah,
just run from the responsibilities.
No doubt.
It's sad, but that's the truth. You can't. A lot of people like what separates you from this person to that person. What separates a good father from a bad father is, for me, is just the good father stayed. He didn't run from it. He took the same type of stress that the mother has to take on a daily basis. You see what I'm saying? Your presence is the most important thing in a child's life when it comes to development. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
When they tell me my child acts like me, I say that's a good thing.
Exactly. That's a compliment to me.
That ain't bad.
Exactly.
But again, do you feel like, I'm gonna ask you a question. I was on my mind as we're going through this. Do you feel like sometimes they uplift the mother so much and they tear down the black man as like we just secondhand? You know?
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah. That's a tricky question as well.
You know, it is. It is.
But it's only depending on how you look at social media, because you got to understand people that's writing the narratives.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, they write the narratives every time you cut the TV on, every time you go on your YouTube or any social media site. They writing the picture of how it looks in the black home, but haven't experienced what it looks like in the home, especially being a father.
Because I was looking at this, going through scrolling, and it was like it was one of these comments or one of these posts, and it was saying something about along the lines, I don't know from exact, but it was something about the mother and the babies calling mother mom. They want mom for everything, and I'm like, listen, I don't know in your home, but my child called me for everything. I can't wait till she starts calling her mother. You see what I'm saying? As if the daddy doesn't get bothered at home. You know what I'm saying? Certain things bother me. We sitting on the home like couch potatoes. No, it is work being a daddy. It is work. You see, it is stressful. You see what I'm saying? And we when as far as being leaders and things of that nature, man, sometimes we go in this thing without guidance. Like, you know, sometimes as a father, you have to, you know, go and learn as you go, because again, my father wasn't always right.
Right.
I would say that, you know, my father wasn't always right. So I had to pick out what my father did well and come back and read about myself and understand myself in order to be the best version of a father I could be. Because I can't go off, oh, that's how I was raised. Because
there you go.
Every time, because it's not always that my upbringing was right.
No doubt. And you can't keep using that same excuse. Well, that's what I seen growing up. You got choices to make. Even it's good and bad decisions.
Right.
So if you pick all the bad things that you seen your dad do, if it's running women or gambling and all that other stuff, and you think that's what life's about, then this is gonna be your fruit. This is what you're gonna raise up.
Right.
This is what's coming out of you, because this is what you picture. And you know how you felt when you were growing up and all the things that didn't go well or went left or something like that. And you knew without a shadow of a doubt, this is not the lifestyle I want to live. Why would you want to teach your children and raise them up in that same type of environment that you grew up in?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And it's crazy. And like you said, it's tough being a dad. And this is a 24-hour a day, 7 days a week job. It don't change.
It don't change. You don't
never get the clock. This is one job you don't get the clock out on.
None.
This is the one you got to stay on the clock the whole time.
Listen. I admire, or I don't admire, or I question the guys that get the clock out. I'm like, boy, y'all got it made. Boy, y'all get the clock
exactly.
what happened? You know what I'm saying? But
exactly.
Like you say, man, and again, man, if you can be a positive influence in a child's life from a male perspective, especially, man, in young girls' lives, man.
Boy.
Because I think a lot of times social media will again make a woman or make a young girl think they're supposed to be one way, But I think you got a positive male influence that helps guide them in saying, I don't have to do that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because my father told me that that's not, you know what I'm saying? And I know their mother it has to be a reflection of their mother as well.
Right.
But I'm just saying it's easy for young kids to cling to social media these days. And as parents and as fathers, because we talking about fathers, this is what we're talking about. I know, ladies, we'll talk about y'all another time. But as fathers, we gotta make sure we monitor those things, because it's easy for your kids to let loose in those areas, man. And I think we don't get enough credit like yourself, others, stepfathers. Oh my God, I can't talk enough about stepfathers. You know what I mean? If you're a stepfather, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Because you didn't have to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I couldn't do what I do, and another man walked into my daughter's life and was raising her, when I get myself together, I'm gonna tell that man thank you, because I couldn't do what you was able to do. Straight up, a lot of men wouldn't do it, but I would. Nope. A lot of men scared to do it, but that's what you're supposed to do if you're a real one. A lot of people talk about real. I'm being real. If I was out my child life and another man stepped in, it was a positive. I'm gonna shake his hand and say thank you. Do you need anything from me?
No doubt. And that's exactly, that is being real, because it takes a lot of guts to be able to say that, you know what, I wasn't man enough to handle my responsibility that was given to me. Right. And you took my responsibility and you made good on my end of the bargain. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you're right, a lot of times we don't get the right to just walk away. You know, if you lay down and help make these babies, it's your responsibility, your obligation, your duty to step up and help take care and raise that child. Absolutely. I don't care if you got 10 of them. See, and that's another thing we need to understand. If you're out here doing things that you know you're not supposed to be doing and you unprotected, guess what? It's a possibility you can get a baby. Yeah. And it's a possibility that that's a seed that you're bringing into the earth that you're going to have to help support and raise at some point. So don't go out here making all these babies and out here doing all this crazy silly stuff and not able to handle your responsibility, not able to step up to the front and say, you know what? Yeah, we did this together. I'm going to handle my responsibility. Right. Now, on the same note, I do believe that women should give a guy a fair shot to be able to handle his responsibility, not hold the child against him because y'all ain't together anymore. Or things went left and your relationship not working. Now I'm gonna bring the kids into the situation. And we see that so much. And you know, and you mentioned stepfathers, and my hats are off to them too. You know, I'm getting sick of these social media sites sometimes, and they calling stepdads or these dudes that stepping in doing your job a simp. Come on, man, where we get this from? You know what I'm saying? What is all this about? They being a simp because they stepping up and taking your responsibility. The simp is the dude that ran away. You feel me? Yeah. Why we trying to make these words sound so good and making people look low? But that's a big job for a man to come along and give this woman some support that the dude that got her pregnant should have been doing. Right. Taking that heat off of her.
Listen, that's I always tell people all the time, man. When it comes to stepfathers, they don't have to do it because of the deep love and desire they have for their significant other. They're willing to take on somebody else's kids and love them like they theirs, and deal with the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations, the hard-headedness, the behavior, moves, and swings. If you got a man willing to do that, you should thank him. You should hug him every day, because they don't come around. They don't come around. A good man like that don't come around.
They don't. They're not there that often. And see, this is not the part that we constantly talk about. It takes a while before those kids embrace him and respect him as being a stepfather or some type of replacement or whatever you want to look at it as. You know what I'm saying? Because you think about it, either way it goes, your dad a bum, you still think there's nobody in the world better than your dad. There's nobody better than your mom. You see what I'm saying? So you talking about bringing in a replacement, and it ain't even really about a replacement. It's just somebody filling a role.
Right.
You don't get mad and call your coach a bum if he really have a genuine love for you and take you under your wing, or your teacher, your principal, or whatever, or some type of mentor in your life. You don't get mad at them for filling the role. You see what I'm saying? Right. But human nature got us thinking that anytime some man come along and take the role of my dad, you ain't my dad. And then the mother, on some instances, need to step in and address that. Almost like Baby Boy. You remember the scene when she said, Melvin's gonna be here. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You grown. It's time for you to get up out of here anyway.
Absolutely.
But your mama need to have some fun or whatever. But this guy taking your role and coming in and trying to nurture you and help build you up and teach you how to be a man, instead of you understanding, because in your immaturity, you won't understand.
Yeah.
And then he's trying to help build you up as a man, and you disrespecting it.
Yeah.
You know, but hey, who am I to say? You know what I'm saying? But I do embrace my role as a dad and as a father. I really do. I thank God every day for allowing me. You know, my baby girl just went to New York, and she has been calling me left and right. And I've been just grinning.
How old is your baby girl?
My baby girl, 21.
21. And my daughter is 17. She's finna turn 18. And
no doubt.
Does the worrying get lighter or heavier as they get older and more independent? Do you worry more or less? Because for me, I seem like I'm worrying more as she's independent.
I put it to you like this. The word tells us to not be worriers. So I trust God on that end, as far as me not worrying about my kid, but not just human nature. And as a dad and as a protector, of course, I wonder what's going on when she's not in my presence. And then you talking about your first major trip without me, you in New York City. You see what I'm saying? But she has been calling me and texting me left and right and just assuring me that she's okay. Yeah. And just let me know she's having a good time. And you know, I trust God that he's going to clear her path or whatever they're trying to get in her path. He going to clear it and he going to take care of it. And that's just the way I live with my kids. Because, you know, you was young one time and you wanted to grow up as well. Yeah. And you didn't want nobody impeding you and every move you make, treating you like a kid. You know, I heard something a couple of weeks ago. It was on a podcast, and I was listening to him and said, sometimes us as parents, we can weaken our kids because we're trying to shield them from everything out there in the world that may happen. You remember when we were growing up?
I do that at times.
I do too. But and I got a different perspective when I heard that, because this is the first time I heard it put like this. And the guy was saying that we are weakening them because we always trying to protect them from some of the things that they need to learn from. Mm. If we always shielding them, we always don't fight, I'll fight for you. Don't do that because you're gonna fall and scrape your knee. If we always shielding them, how they gonna ever know what to not do again the next time? If I'm always protecting them from that incident, sometimes they may have to put their hands up.
Right. Yeah.
But we teaching them now not to fight.
And I think when it comes to that as well, we need to be more conscientious of teaching not only generational wealth, teaching generational health. You see what I'm saying? It's important that not like a lot of times we talk about money. Our kids, we got to invest, things of that nature. But along with that, you have to teach them how to stay healthy. You have to teach them so they can teach their kids how to stay healthy. It amazes me, my daughter's journey, because anybody know my daughter? My daughter was a more, she was on the plus side when she was younger. She was about 6, 7. And anybody know me? I was a workout alcoholic. I was a freak, man, just going. And I tried to get her to do at 6 years old, man. I'm having her running miles with me, running hills, all the shit like, Daddy, I hate it. I can't stand you. Her mother was like, Marcus, you better get that child out of there. It's 90 degrees out there. You got my baby running that. She don't want to do it. So, at that point in time, it wasn't in her. But over time, she kept seeing her daddy continue to work out and stay healthy. She gradually started to change. She gradually started to pick on some of my habits. You see what I'm saying? My health positive habits. And then now she get up in the morning. She's 17. Get up in the morning and run 7 miles because she do cross training. She do cross country in the high school, right? And she always tell me, Daddy, thank you for, just open my eyes up to staying healthy. So now in my mind, I have started a generational thing. Now she can teach her child how to be healthy. She can teach her child. See what I'm saying? That's what you call being rich. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I always talk about money, but I just taught a generational people how to be healthy. My daughter and somebody and her kids. You see what I'm saying?
There you go.
And
your offspring.
Yes. And only way that could have happened was be my presence.
Right.
Me being here. I could have been one of them guys that pay child support every year, never be there and claim they're a great father. But if you don't be present, they can't take on some of your good habits. That's what you want your kids to do. They're gonna see your bad habits, but they're gonna take on a lot of your good habits. I want them to see. I told my daughter, you can see the good and bad because you can learn both ways. You can learn what not to do.
Exactly.
All through me, all through your daddy. You see what I'm saying?
There you go. You know how they say the apple don't fall too far from the tree. It could be a good or a bad thing, whichever way you look at it. Whichever way you look at it.
Yeah, that's why I say all the time, and I think that the question I want to ask you, man, ain't gonna hold you too much longer, but when you think about Father's Day, what are some of the things you think about as far as some of the activities that you might want to do on Father's Day? Are you a kickback, good breakfast? Or you take me out somewhere? What are you on? How your vibe is on Father's Day?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a laid back kind of brother. Now, like I said, I just want to feel appreciated and respected. Whichever way you bring your respect or your appreciation toward me. If you want to take me out to a dinner, I'm game for that. If we want to sit home and chill and you fix me a dinner or breakfast in the morning, I'm game for that as well. I'm not real picky when it comes to certain stuff. So Father's Day, but it do mean something to me because if fathers out here saying, I don't never want nothing, you're lying. You tell the whole lie.
I know that's right.
You try to act like you just that cool of a brother that you don't want nothing, you lying.
Hey, listen, I know that's right because again, I'm not big on a lot of gifts, man. I work hard. I can give myself something, but when you say appreciate it, it's a lot of things you can do to make a man feel appreciated. And
there you go.
When what can you have one without the other? Respect, not appreciated, vice versa.
Nah, they both go hand in hand. We can try to twist it either way we want to. Respect and appreciation go hand in hand, in my honest opinion.
Listen.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I've been talking.
No. I was just saying, it go hand in hand, man. I feel like in order for you to respect something, you have to at some point appreciate it. You see what I'm saying? So those two things for us, we simple creatures, man. We don't ask for a whole lot.
Right.
But we are asked to do a whole lot. And especially in our homes as a father, like I said, it's a 24/7 job.
Yeah.
We don't get the clock out.
Yeah. The great fathers are fathers in their home and somebody else's home because your first cousin called you talking about their kids or you come on, son, he over there, can you talk to him? You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's the most important thing I tell people all the time, man. When it comes to being a father, man, it just endless, man. A lot of people cling to you when they see you have the guidance. It's missing in so many other homes that if they close to you, they'll call you.
Yes, sir.
Can you come talk to my son? Because they know they want somebody, a male figure. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a rare, positive, good men are rare out here in this world, man. Positive, good men that ascribe it. I hate to say it, because a lot of us, incarcerated, a lot of us doing different things, and we're not able to manifest greatness because we didn't take them 10 minutes.
Listen at you.
we didn't take them 10 minutes. You see what I'm saying? And if we can, and if more and more of us can take them 10 minutes to sit down, we can manifest greatness and be great fathers and be great entrepreneurs and show and prove and show an example, man. And I'm so glad I was able to meet you. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to thank you. You know what I mean? That's why I had you on, man. It's Father's Day. And I just Father's Day tomorrow, I just wanted to be able to talk about fatherhood because I know how much it means to us, man.
No doubt, man. It's another stereotype, I can guess you could say, that we need to erase. Especially in our home, we were taught, boy, don't cry. Get up, you tough. Boy, don't tell everybody what you got going on. Shut your mouth.
Right.
But I'm balling all this stuff inside. Can't tell nobody, but I'm screaming for help.
Talk about it now.
I'm screaming for help. I want somebody to hear me, but I've been told to shut my mouth. You look weak. You ain't no punk, boy. If you doing all this crying, quit all that. But I'm trying to talk to somebody. And let me tell you something. Women release stress way better than we will.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they always got a girl group. They always get together and they let their emotions fly and they cry, tears everywhere, napkins over here, and they getting it out.
Yeah, they let it out. Yeah.
But we talk to be tough all the time. And the only way we release our anger is when we're ready to get down and dirty and fight or something, or pull a pistol.
Right.
This is the way we release our anger a lot of times in our community.
Talk about
it. That's where we go wrong. And that's why we locked up in jail. That's why we got a lot of children out of wedlocks and stuff like that and not able to take care of them. Because we took our frustrations out in the wrong avenues. Instead of just, Marcus, man, I need to talk to you, doc. I got something going on. Let me chat at you. You don't know what a 20, 30-minute conversation can do for your life.
That's what I'm trying to say. How can a black man handle their emotions and they scared and they talk not to talk?
Exactly.
How you
all our life?
Man, talk about it. Now talk about it.
Yeah. Go ahead, man. I'm talking about that's a whole new camp.
That's prime example, man. I say it all the time, man. A lot of us incarcerated right now because we wasn't able to deal with our emotions. We were taught, like you said, we were taught not to say nothing, handle like a man, or if you cry. There's nothing wrong with crying. Matter of fact, it takes a man to cry. I've cried.
Yes, sir.
I've cried, man.
I've been crying all my life.
Listen, I've cried because I wasn't in the right situation. I've cried over relationships, but it's a response that make you a man. It's how you handle it. My mama always tell me, she said, Marcus, it's how you handle things. That's the simplest thing my mama always tell me all the time, and I appreciate it so much because that makes you a man. She says how you handle things.
There you go.
Things gonna happen in your life, but Marcus, how you handle things.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I mean, people don't get that. Like I said, we've been taught to press down a lot of stuff. It's no different than a volcano when it get ready to erupt. Guess what? You just better be out the way when it explodes.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is an example of a lot of times when things go wrong in our community, it's a volcano that has erupted because, I mean, you can talk about any slum area in the Black community that you want to talk about. Don't nobody ask to come into a roach-infested apartment or house or holes in the wall. But the cards you were dealt was the cards you were dealt. You see what I'm saying? So just like they say, you get apples, you make an apple pie. It's certain things in life you got to learn how to do. You get lemons, make lemonade.
Yeah.
It's rough. It ain't easy. Life ain't gonna never be easy. Yep. And sometimes I just, I have to thank God that he didn't make it easy. Because you think about some of the people that got it made, and they don't feel like they need to ask God for guidance. Or and sometimes we may have it so made, then we don't have to go to a Marcus. We don't have to go to a Chris and ask them, hey man, I got this going on. Because I got finances and I'm so set up that I don't need nobody for nothing.
Right.
But if you pay attention, and instead of watching social media and all this other stuff for the surface value stuff that they show you, you look at some of your entertainers. Some of them got more money than you can ever count, but they the most miserable people, miserable parents you have ever seen.
Absolutely.
Can't get nothing right, but they know how to cut the TV on and put on a show when it's time to be seen. Absolutely. You see what I'm saying? But they go back home and live a miserable life because like I said, we've been taught to not have a circle of guys, some guys you can trust. You can talk to anybody, but you need some circle of guys that you truly can trust, and they're not going to go back and laugh and pick at you and put your business out in the street when I'm actually really going through something.
Word. That's word. That's word.
You know?
That's word. Well, I ain't going to hold you, Chris, man, because we could talk about this forever. And it's a lot of information we probably didn't touch on, man. My time is giving me 40 minutes, but it's a lot of stuff we didn't touch on.
No doubt, man.
But I want to just appreciate and thank you so much for spending the time with me, man. We got to catch up.
Yes, sir.
Man, we got to link up, man. And I just want to thank you for everything, man. You got anything you want to say to my viewers, man?
Man, I appreciate you, first of all, for inviting me on your podcast, man. It was truly an honor. Man, I've been smiling ever since you called me and told me I was going to be a part of this. But for the viewers, man, listen, this is something awesome right here. And for the young men, especially us young Black men, and trying to be an example, entrepreneurs, whatever you're trying to be in life, it's on the inside of you. Yes, you just got to understand and discover it and go make it happen.
Yes,
don't let life beat you up so bad to the point where you don't think you can do anything.
Yes, sir.
We've been told lies a little too long, and it's time for us to live in our truth.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. That's what it is, man. It's time to live in our truth, man. I've been living it ever since, man. I'm very powerful, man, right now because of your energy and what you brought to the table. I want to thank you. I want to thank my viewers, man. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. It's your boy, Mark Goodman, a.k.a. the voice box of the block. We out. Thank you. All right, bro.
Peace, man. Love you, man.
No matter the topic, whatever it is, then you know that we got you. We spread the knowledge. We talk about politics, even the gossip. You can hear us on Spotify or tune in to YouTube. You even can watch us. I know we got haters. I can promise you one thing that we never stopping. It's the Good Guy Podcast. I ain't bragging, but we are the greatest. It's the Good Guy Podcast.